start designing? Like when did you first get inspired?
Shit, man, I started like learning how to design on like a computer, bro. I probably started like 4 years ago or so. That was, I was taking little courses at a community college and trying to get my gen eds and figure out like if I was gonna stay in school or what I was gonna do. And graphic design was cool, but I learned how to do most of my shit through like trial and error.
Facts.
Google, YouTube.
For real.
My homies that do designing and shit like that. So, but before that, man, I was always painting, doing canvas work, body painted a few times.
So you're always creative.
Yeah. Graffiti too, which got me in trouble quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, I've always, had a pen on me or a marker and been doodling and stuff like that. But then really learned how to do shit with like geared towards fashion and clothing and like graphic design probably 4 years ago. But it was trial and error, just trial and error, because I didn't want to come out of pocket for school. So I was like, all right, well shit, I gotta learn the process on my own, and shit, man, I'm still learning, bro. There's shit that I'll get caught up on, and I'm like, all right, let me YouTube real quick.
Just nobody's ever perfect, bro.
It'll be the simplest shit too, and I'm like, oh well, shit. Now I know to command shift or like command
whatever.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now I know how to do that.
Yeah.
So, graphic. I mean, school's important, man, but you got the internet now. That's kind of like
you gotta make that first step on your own. Like to try something yourself.
100%.
Just like using your resources too. Like it's not that hard just to go online and like look something up.
Bro, everybody has a phone.
Exactly.
Everybody has a phone now. Yeah. So that and then but designing as far as clothes go, the first shirt I ever did, man, was it was a drawing that I took. It was a drawing on paper with like a Sharpie that I brought into. It was this place back where I'm from. They print stuff up for you, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we could do this, no problem."
Right.
So it wasn't even on the computer. They like rasterized it.
Yeah,
they did the whole. Yeah, they did everything. I just drew it on Sharpie.
Was they taxing for that? To do that?
Not. From what I remember, not really, but probably. Now that I'm more versed in it, they probably did tax the. Oh, look at this motherfucker coming in with a piece of paper and shit. You're about to get some money off this kid.
Run that shit.
Exactly. So yeah, it probably was expensive. It probably was. But I mean, the good thing is all those shirts that I had, they sold out. I sold them on like Facebook or some shit like that.
Damn, that's what's up for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So did that really like start you designing? Was that switch between like, damn, like I'm not trying to pay for school, so like
yeah,
this, or did you have like any influences that like made you want to start designing?
Well, school, it was an ultimatum, basically. Love you, mom, but she was like, yeah, you're working, but you gotta be in school too. You can't just be working and shit. And I would always be in class, bro, at the back. I would always sit in the back. And I would have like evening classes, or if I would have like morning classes, I was just always in the back. And I would go through like old notebooks that I had, like when I would go, visit my OG and everything. And I would just look through them, and I would just, like the whole edges of the paper and shit like that were just doodles and shit. And I'm like,
hell yeah.
So like, and I would fall asleep in class. There was nothing. Like I would do good if I like applied, but nothing. It just didn't interest me. Like I like history. History is cool. Science, like weather and type shit like that.
Right.
But, like, it just. It just none of the shit like grabbed me. It was like, oh yes, like I can stay with.
So did you start to do like your like design work really in school? Is that where you started?
And outside of it. Back in high school too, man, I was doing like custom canvases for people and like custom paintings and shit like that. So, like I would do people's names and I would bring it to them on Monday and I would get paid like $30 or whatever. You know what I mean?
So it started from there.
Yeah. And then I kind of saw that there was obviously, $30 isn't a ton of money, but at the time I'm like, oh shit, well I just made this for somebody and I got paid for it.
Exactly. And people don't realize just a little shit like that.
It's the gesture and the gratitude behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I looked at it and I'm like, well, there's potential here, so let me try to like get my way in.
Exactly. People don't realize that it could be as simple as you recording your homie one time on the song.
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn, that shit was raw.
Mm-hmm.
That simple, and then
you gotta have like that positive reinforcement. No matter how confident you are or something like that, I feel like that positive reinforcement is very is key, is vital for sure, especially in the creative field, because I think we're all very self-conscious about ourselves.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
we're very like, no matter, you could be Drake, Pharrell, you could be Weber, and you know they're like going to like their homie like, what do you think about this, bro?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
So you know, it's always, you know, that positive reinforcement.
Hell yeah, you need to have that. You need to have that thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why like it's so big to like support one another, like especially as creatives too.
Exactly.
That should just give you fuel to like keep going.
Yeah, 100%. As long as it's not the yes man type shit, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I have my homies that are like, they will tell me like if something's raw, they will tell me. If something's not, they'll be like, they ain't gonna say it's trash. They're not gonna like down me like that. They'll be gonna be like, yeah, you should like do this. I think this would be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that shit.
Yeah.
Because your biggest supporters need to like tell you if some shit.
100%.
You know, they need to be honest with shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Or they tell you just, if they don't, you know, tell you, oh, that shit whack, they just at least tell you how to you know what I'm saying? They at least talk around it, you feel me?
Right.
So like, yeah, you need that shit for real, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
But what was your like, do you have like a favorite like designer growing up or clothing brand?
So, yeah, growing up, Bape for sure. I mean, I got the head tattooed on me.
Damn.
Yeah. That I'm actually shit.
Bape.
Rocking Bape. Right. So, Nigo was definitely like favorite designer of mine. Just what he was doing with like, you know, Pharrell and like that whole era. Yeah, that whole era. Just that's what kind of like brought me into it, and the colors and like all that shit. I remember, what was it, a game in Kanye, that Wouldn't Get Far video.
Yeah.
Just the whole, the colors they were wearing and just the outfits and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I just remember I was like, fuck, bro, I love that shit.
Hell yeah.
But Nigo definitely. Cause is a big one. Cause, I love his sculptures.
Yeah, the sculptures,
just beautiful. I went to where I'm from. I went to this bodega, and it was like a Bape Cause looking hoodie. It was fake as fuck, but like it was fake, and I was probably like 14 or so, but I just remember seeing it, and it was like the zip up one all the way, so you know, like that's what you saw people wearing.
Hell yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, it was like $20, and I'm like, so you know it's fake, but it had like the ghosts on the side that he would put like in like when he would take advertisements out of like the bus stops and stuff like that, and then he would like doodle on them and like put them back. It was those, and they were like on the side, and then he had them on like the side of the hood too. And I thought that was like, I thought I was a shit wearing that. Like that was like my favorite shit. And then I had it was a fake Bape one too, but it was the red camo hoodie with the Bape with the rhinestones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I finally like saved up enough money when I was like 16, and I bought a pair of Bapes, and those were real. And I should have bought a hoodie because those motherfuckers were expensive. They were expensive, but I still have them. Like to this day, they're beat to shit, and I'm not.
You gotta keep them, bro. You gotta keep them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they were black and white, and I remember it was me and one of my homies. His name's Hansel. Me and him were the only people like up on like the Bape shit, and especially when like Soulja Boy was like, because I got this Bape name. But we had it like, I'm not gonna say way before that, but we had it like. We had that when he said that.
During that time.
And I was just like, oh shit, like he knows what that is. And then I see when he was wearing that whole era, bro, that shit was just like Shit was wild.
It's funny because I was about to go into that low key because after I had that question, I was about to go into that. So, would you say that's like your favorite era of clothing then? Around that time?
I would say so. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I would probably also say, man. I would also say like probably 2009 to like 2012.
Ooh.
It was always it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's something that really like intrigues me and like grabs my interest.
Really.
Just
Why?
when you look back on it, like if you look at what was the video I was watching the other day? It was Mac Miller, rest in peace. Nike, it was Nike's on my feet.
Yeah.
And that video, I just remember like a lot of that resonates with me because I was going through like the same shit, like waking up having to go to work and like just having like an empty Henny bottle like kind of like off to the side or something like that, and just like like just last night was like crazy, but like now I gotta go to work and everybody's going to work now and shit like that, and I would just see like the outfits and shit like that and the snapbacks when it was coming in. It's very cool.
Oh man,
it's cool to see the eras of how everything goes, but my favorite like era fashion wise, it would probably be like when like Bape was starting to catch on.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. And I mean really right now too. Right now because we're living in like, I mean, people are getting really creative with their designs.
Exactly.
There's there couldn't be a negative thing with like there being so many brands that like it waters down the market, but at the same time I try to like also look at it positively. Like there's so much out there now, and there's like everybody's doing something different. Everybody has some dope ass design. You could have like 10 things that are garbage, but you have one that just is like beyond dope.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now too, because it's a crazy wave of just like everybody getting it.
Exactly. I feel like it's not like one set trend or one style. That's like true. Right now specifically. Yeah. Like, I don't think there is, and I like it.
That's true. The only thing you're not seeing is people wearing like 4X tees and shit like that. But even
you still rock them?
Yeah.
Bro, it's
like a all white. That's the thing, bro. I have pictures that I hope never resurface, but of like being at like house parties and shit like that with like a 3X white tee and like a just looking like a straight game banger. Just like I look at it, I'm like,
shit was the norm, bro. Like,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. If you wore your shit fitted, if you could see your elbows,
you
got trashed.
Oh God, bro! If you can see your elbows and your kneecaps, bro, don't even talk to me, bro.
Like a jean short and shit.
What are you doing, bro?
Right, for real.
You should be on a boat right now. Like that's wild. Like if you went like this and your shirt moved at all,
you're canceled, bro.
You get clowned. And now it's funny because it's the complete opposite.
It's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, and that whole era, just even music wise too, like Dipset was like, I mean Dipset is probably my favorite group. Like Mobb Deep too as well, but I would say Dipset also just because of like how they influenced and everything. And the shit that they were wearing too. Cam with the pink.
Hell yeah.
Joel's, I think 4th of July or something. Or no, in one of the videos, I think it was I Really Mean It or something like that. He had like the American flag, the outfit with the cap and the do-rag. I was just like, wow. And then Jim Jones always in like a Mecca leather jacket and stuff like that.
Looking rough as hell.
Yeah, so I mean that whole era, not just fashion wise, but music wise too as well. Just like was like, fuck, like that influence. I think that had a big influence on the new generation and everybody kind of doing shit now too as well. Yeah, hell yeah.
So do you feel like music constantly affects like the culture of like clothing, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. They go hand in hand, 100%. I think, I mean, if you look at like the 4 pillars of hip hop or whatever it is like that, you got graph, you got you had breaking back in the day, like the dancing and shit. You had MCing and DJing, and I think it's evolved more to where you could put fashion in there. You have like designers and stuff like that. And there's probably like another one that I'm missing that could go in there too. But I kind of, because you have, you know, if you look on IG, you see, you know, cats going viral off dancing.
Right.
You have
Facts.
DJs that are, you know, touring the world and DJs and producers. You know, you kind of put them into one, and that they're, you know, they're getting paid and they're getting accolades for platinum records and stuff like that. You have artists, of course, you know, MCs and shit like that. You have, and then you have visual artists too, like that goes kind of hand in hand with graph. And then you know, you put fashion in there because you hear every other song is shouting out Virgil.
Hell yeah,
exactly, yeah. Or even like the jewelers, you know, you can consider them as designers too because like the way that they can do the jewelry and shit like that, you can look at that too as well, you know.
Hell yeah, and it all has to do with that music.
You got people like ASAP, like Rocky, like he's so well known within the fashion industry, like
worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. Like Vogue and like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got Kanye making his fucking shoes, like
Exactly.
So it all that shit just
all
goes
hand in hand, all hand in hand.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it too. Like, that music can get you in, but like it doesn't have to be like the end goal. And you can be
I mean, you see shit. You see, Ye came in as a producer and rapper. Now you know he's got Yeezy and that like.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Now he has a fucking
Sunday service.
Sunday service.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then you even see like shit like older heads like shit like Funk Flex, like K-Slay. They used to write graffiti back in the day. They got into DJing and now, you know, Funk, K-Slay, all them cats are like legends, you know what I mean? Fat Joe too as well. You know, I know those are like, you know, they're not as relevant, but they are legends in their own right. That went on to,
them niggas,
and they're still relevant today.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And they I mean even from that, you know, they went on to do different branding and you know, get into different investments and things like that. So it's really, you know, it's all that shit is just like one big umbrella. You know what I mean? I love that shit though. It's awesome. It's awesome to see that shit.
Oh yeah, because it adds fuel. It adds fuel to more shit. Because like for you could be, you know, giving pieces to all these people because it goes hand in hand.
I love doing shit like that. I love, you know, getting with an artist that I listen to their music and I'm like, oh fuck, like that shit's raw. And I'll hit their management and be like, hey, do you wanna set up a shoot or something like that? And they'll be like, oh yeah, we fuck with your shit. And it's a mutual thing, you know.
Hell yeah.
You know, it benefits. You know, at the end of the day, you're coming together to create something. It's not just like you're not. I don't really like to think about like the beneficiary part of it. You know what I mean? I don't like to think like, oh, I can make some sales off it and stuff like that. That in turn does happen, but it's cool as fuck to like come together and like to put two different brains together to like form one dope ass shoot or like a design or something like that. Yeah, that's what gets my blood flowing. You know, that shit, and it's fun. It really is fun.
Hell yeah, just having that mutual respect for each other and then creating something.
But 100%.
That's raw as fuck.
Yeah, hell
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, what do you think has to be like the best like piece in the outfit? Like your shoes, shirt, rest of the best piece.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Man, a few years ago, man, I might have said shoes. But I kind of stopped caring so much about shoes. You know, I started like, I had a lot of J's. I had a lot of, you know, just expensive sneakers that I would have and be like, you know, if I'm wearing these, I know motherfuckers are going to be looking at them. I know that's like the attention grabber. And I kind of stopped not really caring. I was just like, like, I'm still going to get some fly shit, but like, it's not, I'd have to go with like I'd have to go with the outerwear. You know, if we're in Chicago, I think
yeah, that's true.
You know, especially this time of year, we get excited to bring out our winter pieces.
I swear to God, for real.
I get super excited for it. I know I got this. I'm gonna do this, and this.
Yeah, you can layer up and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, the layering, of course, too. It could be like kind of like a little bit of a warmer night. Throw on a hoodie with a denim jacket and some like it's the whole ensemble. It's really the whole ensemble because you can't really see the shirt that's under it. You know what I mean? So in the summertime, you know, and that's a good thing is we have like the two. We have really two seasons now. It's cold and it's hot. You know what I mean? So you either wearing a shirt or you're wearing like you're layering. You know, so summertime is of course a shirt, but then it's almost like when you're wearing a shirt, I'm kind of like, damn, I feel kind of bare. So let me put like a bracelet or something. Let me put this on. Let me go get another tattoo or something like that and try to like finish my arms and stuff. So it's almost not even about what you have on, but how you're putting it together and like who is like how you're. Cause I wear fucking hoodie joggers. I'm very like simple with my shit just because that's how I've always been. But I could still go out to a club and like feel very, very good. You know what I mean? Not really gonna see me in a button up unless I'm going to like a wedding or something like that. I can't. There's just as long as you gotta be comfortable. That's how I look at it. If you're comfortable wearing like a button up or some shit and you wear that shit every day, I'm not knocking that. That's awesome. If you feel comfortable and you're rocking it, it's motherfuckers that look great in that shit. I just don't like it. I just really do not like it. Like I won't like. There's just certain shit that I don't wear because I won't feel comfortable in it. So as long as you're comfortable and you're rocking it, it could be anything.
Hell yeah, everybody got their own style.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta feed into any trends.
Exactly.
That shit.
I think somebody said it in a song. I think Skepta said it. He said something like it was like along the lines of, oh, they're wearing like $1,000 pieces, but they look uncomfortable or something. I don't know, something like that. And I thought, I'm like, yeah, that's true. Like I'll wear $10 everything, and I'm like. And I'll walk in there with more confidence.
Hell yeah, exactly,
exactly. It depends how you wear it. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Cool, yeah, that's all that matters.
100%.
But why did you call your brand Fabric Narcotics? Like what influenced that?
So the shirt that I had mentioned, the one that I did the Sharpie on.
Yeah.
I had always seen, whenever if I would ever get like. Just any type of more expensive shit. Even at the bodega that I would buy my fake vape shit from, they had the fake dust bags to like put the shit in. That's how, and I probably still have a couple, but you could tell that shit was just like, they probably misspelled children on there, like, keep away from children. It would say like, I don't know, it was like just, you could tell it was fake, but I always saw that and I'm like, yo, that shit is like, that's raw as fuck. I just didn't know where to get those from. I didn't know resources. I didn't know I didn't want to put it in like a shopping bag, like a grocery bag. I didn't want to put it in that. So I went to Dollar General and got Ziploc bags, like the gallon size ones. And I folded them up nicely. I looked up a YouTube video of how to like fold nicely and shit. Because the way I have to do my shit, I just fold it. All right, cool. Like my clothes and shit. So I looked up how to fold it nicely so like the logo is showing and stuff like that, and then I put it in the bag, wrote the person's name on it, wrote like a thank you on it and stuff like that, and I would deliver it to them because I wasn't doing shipping. It was like people that I live kind of close to, so I would drive it to them, and I was like, yo, like this is similar to and I'm like, okay, exactly. And so I kind of put that's where the name came from, and it was catchy and people liked it, and people, it catches people's eye. Like if I'm walking down the street and I have just like one of my tees or hoodies on or something like that, first thing they see is that we're narcotics, and they're like, they're looking at it hard, and obviously it's not nothing negative, but people are gonna kind of take it that way, but it's gonna have an impact on them, So even the people that aren't necessarily looking out for. It could just be a regular person that doesn't give a fuck about clothing or doesn't give a fuck about that, but they're gonna see the word narcotics, and it's gonna resonate with them.
Yeah, they're gonna remember that shit.
They're gonna remember it. You're never gonna. I'm never. It might not ever be somebody that follows me and that doesn't fuck with me. They might hate me when they see me because I'm wearing something that says narcotics, but it's still leaving an impact on them. You know what I mean? And for the people that do fuck with it, it's the name is catchy and shit like that, and it has that connotation with me where it's it does have that backstory of like the first shit that I was making. I was bagging it up.
It has meaning to it, so that's dope.
Exactly.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a dope ass name.
Yeah, that shit raw as hell.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the backstory to it is everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sounds cool. I mean, people are like, "Yeah, that's a cool ass name. I like that shit."
Yeah, hell yeah.
But there is that backstory to go along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just put a cool name out there without some sort of backstory to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like that's what people need to really realize when they're making anything. Like it has to mean something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can't just have a cool ass name. Like there has to be something behind it.
Exactly.
It has to stand for something.
Yeah, you got to have at least like. If I'm chopping it up with somebody, you have to at least. So why did you name it that? Oh, I thought it was cool. Like, all right, cool.
Exactly. And then that's it.
That's cool. That's all and well and everything, but like, you want to. Yeah, there has to be substance. You want to have like a conversation.
Exactly. Exactly. But so how did you link up with 2048?
Man, so that's a funny story too, man. My one of the owners, he was in the military with my cousin.
Really, man.
Yeah. So yeah, my cousin was. I don't know where they were stationed together or where they like exactly met. I had a pop up at the Metro. I was like a part of the show, and he tagged me in something on Facebook, and that's like when they had like. Probably a week after they opened 2048, and they knew each other on Facebook, and my cousin knew that I had a clothing brand that I was like, operating and trying to grow and stuff like that, and so he tagged me in it, and it's literally like 5 minutes from where I live, and I was like, yo, that's right down the street, so I didn't even call the people, I didn't email them, I didn't nothing, I had had a few pieces on me at the time, and I was coming home. And I seen it. I just put it in part. I hopped out and I like talked with them, and they loved what I had, and they ended up taking it was like 5 pieces off me like right away. So that like I was like, oh shit, that sounded like a shock to me because I was like, fuck man, like I'm in a retail space
right. Hell yeah.
And that's family, man. They're good people. They just had their 1-year anniversary, and that shit was fun. They're just good people over there, man. They're just through and through like good people. I love what they're doing for Chicago, and it's good to see them getting the recognition. And they've been working hard this past year. So yeah, it was through my cousin, and I talked to him. I seen him on Christmas. We were just chopping up. He's like, "Yeah, how's it going over there and shit like that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's cool, bro. Like, I appreciate the the alley-oop on that." And so I was, I keep them stocked usually with 101s. I'm gonna be probably having, collection-based stuff in there now. And it's cool, man. And it's right down the street, bro. So it's always cool to go in there and just like chop it up, or like I'll just sit there for like a couple hours with my Mac and just go back and forth, bouncing ideas off each other in there. It's a good space, not just like a retail space, but it's a good space to go in and just mingle and like chop it up and get a good creative session going too as well.
Feel you. That's what's up. Shit, we definitely gotta pull up there.
Oh yeah,
with them niggas.
Yeah, hell yeah, they're good people, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because we was low key trying to have like our last pop up there, but by the time they emailed us back, it was too late. We already had the place booked, so so we were gonna fuck with them, but I'm pretty sure in the future, we definitely gonna show love.
100%.
But last question, what are your like goals for this year? Like, what do you really want to accomplish this year?
Just continue to grow, man. Continue to grow. I want to possibly do another pop up. I want to do something in New York. So that's also something I'm planning on doing. Is taking a trip to New York probably in April. You know, I have some people out there that I have to talk to a few things about, and then let's see what happens, man. I would love to do something in New York, probably late summer, early fall. I've just always loved New York. You know, I mean, I love the pace out there. I love everything about it. And just really, man, just continue to grow, continue to, you know, be organic with the people and everything like that.
Feel you, bro. We're gonna hold you to that, my guy.
Please do, man. We got video proof.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
real quick, I wanted to ask you, like, where do you do like your shopping? Like, when you shop for clothes, like for yourself, like.
Oh shit.
What are some things that you look out for?
Bro, I don't think I've bought clothes for myself. Everything that I like, a lot of shit that I make, bro, it goes back into the business. I'm probably gonna go splurge. Probably in the next month, I'm probably gonna just buy a few new pairs of shoes for like a few outfits and stuff like that. But it always in the back of my head, I'm like, well, I could be putting this money towards the collection and like this and that. But I would have to. Some shops in Wicker, 2048 I'll go to sometimes. It just depends. I really haven't bought for myself. There's times that, bro, I'll like be printing and I'll like get done with a piece that I want to like post and shit like that, and I'm like, nah, that's for me, you know. So I mean, a lot of it is like the shit that I'll make.
So you printed yourself?
Yeah, I do all the printing myself.
Oh damn! So you have your print on.
There's a few things that are more intricate that like I don't have the knowledge to do yet. So I like, you know, I have people that, you know, I'll go to for it. But the one of ones, I print all those myself. I have like in the back of my apartment, I have my little setup. Yeah. So a lot of the shit, man, I'll just really get for myself because it's like fuck, like I'll love the way that it looks, and I'm just like, yo, yeah, like I gotta do that shit. But I mean, online, like bait, of course, you know, I still. That's probably the shit that if I do spend, it'll be on bait. So I'll go to like a spot like Diplomatic. It's pretty cool. Like they have some good shit. There'll be like a couple unique pieces that are my size too as well. Yeah, but for the most part, man, it's shit that I'll make. Sure. I'll love what I make, and I'm just like, fuck, man, fuck it. I'm not putting this out.
I'm rocking this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. Y'all got any more questions?
He answered what I was about to answer.
Cool. But yeah, that's a wrap, my guy.
Appreciate
you coming out.